Quick Kick Picks presented by Bros Talking Soccer. My name is Dave Knittel. I am here with my brother Christian to talk about what's happening MLS match week 27.5. So between match weeks 27 and 28. Christian, hello. How are you doing?
Dave, I'm doing great. I'm in a whole new position of the house, so we got a new background here for all our viewers. It's just a great day.
That is a great day. When you have a new background, I mean, is there anything better than having a new background, Christian?
I just can't think of anything.
Neither can I. Viewers, thank you for joining us here. Please say hello, interact with us as we go along here. A couple quick disclaimers. So Twitter restricts us to 2 minutes and 20 seconds per video that we upload. So for each of these games, we have a little timer here. We keep track of how long it is taking us, about 2 minutes and 5 seconds. You'll hear a whistle sometimes. Sometimes it's very quiet. Sometimes it's loud. We don't really know what it's going to be like, but whenever you hear a whistle, we're going to try to wrap up. So if you are joining us and you leave a comment on the game, I see it. I am not ignoring you, but we're going to plow through. And at the end of the video, I'll circle back on any comments you may have. Additionally, we play a game here with our Quick Kick Picks game. So make sure to leave your predictions if you're watching on YouTube, or preferably send us a tweet at BT Soccer Pod. If you get the home team's score correct in a game, that is a point. If you get the away team score correct in a game, that is a point. If you get the result of the match correct, that is a point. And Christian, do you know what happens when you get all three of those correct?
I think I do. I think you get 2 bonus points. So there's 5 points up for grab in every single match.
Yes, there are. So with 4 matches taking place this midweek, we got 20 points up for grabs. It is early in September. And so, yeah, if you haven't left predictions before, leave them. You can catch up ground very, very quickly, or make up ground very quickly. And if you have left predictions before, make sure you keep leaving them so you continue to build momentum for the ultimate prize, which is a 15-minute guest appearance on our podcast.
Actually, I feel like the ultimate prize at this point is just beating me because I'm on a 3-month streak here.
Yeah, you're on a 3-month streak. Well, not with MLS. Todd did beat you in MLS. Okay. You won in Premier League. But out of the, I think, 4 times we've done this, Christian has 3 of the victories. So we're all looking to take him down. And this past week, I think you came through in like 3rd or 4th. So you got ground to make up here, Christian. Are you nervous?
I'm not nervous.
Not even in the slightest. Anything you want to add before we get into these games that we're talking about?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Kicking things off on Wednesday, September 11th, we have NYCFC hosting Toronto at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Christian, what do you think is going to happen?
NYCFC are not losing, and I can't explain it. It seems like every single game they play, they just win, and they figure out ways to get it done. I want to bet against them this week just as a Union fan, but I can't do it. I know Toronto are a talented team. NYCFC just are more talented. Yes, they still have players missing from international break and through injuries, but they're still grinding out results. And I think that this is a huge test. I think this is a team that is going to sneak into the playoffs and be a tricky matchup for anybody in Toronto. But I think New York City FC, obviously, with their home field advantage, which I will touch on every single game for the rest of their existence until they move into a real place, it is just too much for a lot of teams to come in there. And I think New York City are going to get a slight win again and just win this one 2-1.
So NYCFC, they're on 5 straight victories. They have 8 wins in their last 10 matches. They haven't drawn an MLS match since June 1st. That is 15 matches, and that's really interesting because they started the year with so many draws. So something has clicked for them, and they're not really drawing anymore. They're getting 2.2 points per game at home, and they're conceding less than 1 goal per game at home. So those are really good numbers. Toronto, meanwhile, they're undefeated in their last 5 matches, but they only have 2 wins and 3 draws, so they're not quite as hot as NYCFC. They've alternated draws and wins on this unbeaten run, 3 draws and 2 wins. I've already touched on that. They won on the road, and they're not a great road side, 1.1 points per game. They won on the road in their most recent game, which was against FC Cincinnati. They won 5-1 in that one. Our homemade shots-based expected goals model has this one 1.69 to 1.03 in favor of NYCFC. Having said all that, and probably my Union fandom is eking out a little bit here, I'm expecting Toronto to get into that playoff fight. They need to climb up the table. They're in 6th, but I expect that to kick in here. And also, keeping with their trend of alternating draws and wins, I'm going to say they get a draw here, and this one ends up 2-2. Anything else?
Nope.
Next game we are talking about, we have The Houston Dynamo hosting Minnesota United. Hello, Minnesota United at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My papers are trying to attack me there. Houston is in absolute free fall. 2 straight losses, no wins in their last 7 MLS matches. They have 6 goals scored and 15 conceded over that run. They have a pretty good home record if you're just looking at the stats, but that's because they had a really good home record early in the season, and they've been pretty poor at home since their loss to LAFC on July 12th. Minnesota, meanwhile, they're coming off of a victory at LAFC on September 1st. That was a big gutsy performance from them after losing midweek in the Open Cup, so that was really encouraging for them to see. They're 3rd in the table, and a win or a draw here will take them up to 2nd in the table. I've been really impressed with this Minnesota team. They've stabilized defensively through their offseason acquisitions, and their attack has been relatively good as well. They're not a great road team, but I think that LAFC win is going to buoy them, and also Houston not really performing well here. I have Minnesota getting a 2-1 road win. Homemade shots expected goals is 1.66 to 1.19 in favor of Houston, but I still think Minnesota gets the win. Christian, what are you expecting?
So unlike in a lot of American sports, the draft and finishing low in the table is not a huge thing. So you won't see a lot of the teams that are in free fall, such as Houston, just give up and purposely lose games. So I expect them to fight here, and I think it will be a fight for Minnesota in Houston this week. I think Minnesota are the better team, and they've proven it over the longevity of the season. They have almost gotten better as the season goes on too, and it's really they are getting into that playoff mode. I think this is a test for them to go down south, pretty far trip from home. If they're able to win this game, I have a lot of confidence that they are going to grab that 2nd place spot. But right now, I just think Houston are going to sneak a point in this game. And I wouldn't say sneak really, because actually I would. You know what? I'm going to say sneak because they have been that bad. They're going to sneak a point here at home in a 2-2 draw.
All right, there you have it. There it is. Next game we are talking about, we have the Colorado Rapids hosting the LA Galaxy at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. Christian, what are you expecting to happen here?
So I'm going to kick off my score right here without any explanation first, and I'm going to say it's going to be another 2-2 draw here. I think both of these teams have a lot of attacking potential, and I'm really not confident in either of these teams defensively. So Colorado have had a pretty good home record considering how bad they started the year, and they've turned around a lot. They score almost every single game this year. Yeah, they've not scored as much in recent weeks, but they have been scoring a lot of goals this season, considering how poor they've been defensively. There is some positives to see there. And I think that just these two teams, they're in opposite camps right now. I think LA are definitely gunning for that 2nd place spot. And, oh, great, here we go. And Colorado is just done. Like they have nothing to play for other than pride at the moment. And like I said, with Houston, there's no point in just throwing in the towel. There's no point in going for a draft spot and purposely losing, as you see in other sports. So I think that Colorado do fight this one. They score goals. LA match them the whole way, and it's a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I agree with you on the draw. I'm actually going even one step further. 3-3 draw here. Now, Colorado, they have 2 straight 2-0 wins. And stick with me here. They have 11 straight MLS matches where they didn't pick up any points when they've scored less than 2 goals. So if they get to 2 goals, they have a pretty good shot at picking up points. But if they score less, they're not likely to get goals. Their defense is basically keeping them from picking up any points. You touch on their home form. They're only +3 goal difference at home, 1.5 points per game at home. Those are mediocre numbers, but again, that was based on their early season performance. LA Galaxy, meanwhile, they're winless in their last 3 matches. They're conceding on average 3 goals per game in those matches, and their last road win came at FC Cincinnati on June 22nd. They're winless in their last 6 road MLS matches. They've conceded 19 goals in those 6 games. That's more than 3 goals a game. I don't have a lot of faith, like you said, in either team's defense, and that's why this one ends up 3-3 draw. Anything else?
Nope.
Last game we are talking about here, we have Real Salt Lake hosting the San Jose Earthquakes at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For me, this is the matchup of the midweek games. Both are in serious playoff contention in the West. RSL, over their last 4 matches, have gone shutout win, shutout loss, shutout win, and shutout loss. Don't think this will be a shutout because of San Jose's attack, but I think that RSL prevails at home in a tight win. RSL is tied with NYCFC for being the third best home team on a points per game basis, and they're conceding the third fewest goals at home as well. So they're a pretty good home side. San Jose, meanwhile, they've won 2 straight, but both those were at home. They've lost 3 straight on the road. Other than at LAFC, they haven't been shut out on the road since April 27th at FC Dallas. So that's 9 matches and only being shut out 1 time. I think they pick up a goal here, but ultimately RSL prevails 2-1. Our homemade shots-based expected goals model has this one 1.3 to 1.57 in favor of San Jose, but that's because they just take a ton of shots and they're not always high quality, and that's sort of skewing the model a bit. I predict RSL to win 2-1. Christian, what do you think?
This is absolutely the best match of the midweek. There's no doubt about it. This is 4th versus 5th, same goal difference, 1 point separating them right now. And I expect this to be very, very high intensity, entertaining type of match. I really am struggling to pick who I want to go with in this game, but I think RSL's home form really is going to be the difference maker, considering San Jose have been just shockingly poor in the past couple times on their road trips. This is not as far of a trip for San Jose, so maybe they do get it together, but I just think with RSL, they have the fans, they have the atmosphere there, and it's going to be tough for San Jose. I expect San Jose to at least score 1 goal, so that's why I'm saying that, but I think RSL get the job done, probably get a clinching goal late and win this game 3-1.
All right, one last point of note here is that San Jose is picking up less than 1 point per game on the road on average. That's a very, very poor roadside, and that's even with their sort of bounce back in form midway through the season.
And the winner of this game could possibly hop into second, and the loser could possibly jump out of the playoffs, which is just mind-blowing.
Lots to play for.
Yep.
So that is it. Thank you for watching the Quick Kick Picks presented by Bros Talking Soccer. If you like what we're doing here, visit our website, brostalkingsoccer.com. You can support us. You can get some of our merch. We have an option for you to buy us a shot. If you like what we're doing here, you can buy us a shot. They are $3, no ongoing commitment. But if you got a little bit of extra cash, you want to support us, throw it our way. We would greatly appreciate that. We would love you forever. You can do that on our website, brostalkingsoccer.com. Christian, anything else you would like to add or what you would like to say in closing?
Let's go get some matches played.